Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope we're all doing well. I just wanted to pop on here. I'm getting uh, into the report at the moment for this coming weekend, and just really wanted to see where we're at on equities, oil, gold. Notable things here are we are down about 3.8% on oil at the moment, and we're just off about 0.6% on equities on the S&P, down about zero point 0.8 on Nasdaq and all. Now, these are not really significant moves on equities, but I just wanted to kind of pop up a chart here to really show you what is kind of going on from a conditional perspective here. So if we kind of jump onto the S&P 500 here and just lock this in and kind of see where we're at here. We'll just normalize this chart a little bit here. Okay, so daily bar chart. Um, as you can see, this was the aftermath of the Swiss delegate meeting for China and US in Switzerland over the weekend here. And we had this beautiful gap up over this technical area that I saw was quite weak for the market. And we're just really, coming a little bit back off of that now. So, um, here is the yearly structure and, yearly VWAP, really the low of the day there on Monday, catapulting then market up, up. And so we're just really taking a bit of the heat out of this right now with this move. So, while people might be like, hey, what's going on? Where's the rally? We do need to kind of come back now. The chart that I had put on the chat I had with Jason recently, and I know a couple of people basically, well, just wanted to wholesale call me an idiot for uh, saying anything that Jason might disagree with or not find completely amazing. The chart that I showed in that chat was this, okay, and this is quarterly. This is the quarterly structure, okay. So we were trading here on the Friday when we had that call. I'll just normalize this another bit here. We were trading here when we had that call. Okay. And we were rejecting a little bit during that call of that QP val area. And then, hey ho, trade deal done on the Sunday night, Sunday night for us, 2300 hours is the electronic open on US. And, then up we go. Okay. For me, the same way I like this area for potential shorts, and it just didn't set up because what happened was it completely gapped up over this whole technical area, right? So no trade, right? And so as we're pulling back now, I can see this thing easily pull back to the Q plus one or line up with that area that
Just can't
I
see it
was looking to
from
be
the
short of.
Russian Kremlin
Oh, sec.
spokesperson.
Um, so yeah, I mean, what is that move back? It's about 3% of a move from where we are. So you're talking about, yeah, 3%, and it's coming in at about 56.98, right around here. So I could see this market easily pull back down into here. So I just wanted to mark people's cards on that for that pullback. I'm going to be off the desk on Friday and Monday, but I just wanted to flag this in advance. And looking across at other markets, we look at the same setup here on the NASDAQ, for example. Okay, this is the yearly structure, but again, a lot of repair to be done on that gap up on the reopen on trade on Monday. I really just I think I just don't see how this market could go from anywhere in today's range so far and keep moving up just straight off of that. So there is a little bit of repair to be done on the downside here. Again, if we look at the quarterly structure of this market, it's actually got a long way to go to get back down to kind of structural balance, which would be, yeah, that's about 5.7% pullback potentially here on the Nasdaq. Is that happening today? No. Is that happening today and tomorrow? Eh, maybe. But for now, do I want to be? Am I saying you should be short these markets? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's time for a breather, really. And yesterday's trade was a little bit of that for sure. So that's Nasdaq. The Dow now, on the other hand, my favorite of the equities complex, or American equities complex, the Dow is in this is back within its yearly balance here. So yesterday, some really interesting trade from a nerd perspective, a market nerd perspective. Really interesting trade. High of day yesterday was that Y EVAH level. We're just going to line that up there. So a rejection back here. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel like um the Dow could do a lot here, but I am seeing technically a reason to be short for at least a couple of percent down on the other two indices. Then if we look at Dow on its respective quarterly structure, we tried to get in here. See this? We tried to get in and hold yesterday. Low of day was pretty much on that QP bell, right? We just couldn't hold it. We just could not hold it. And there it is. What is that? Like around 42,063.